What's up, everybody? We're gonna look at another competitive match in Heroes of the Storm today. We're gonna look at the game between the Polish team 3D Max and Planetkey Dynamics. The Planetkey Dynamics lineup has changed over the course of the last few weeks significantly. They've been one of the first teams to qualify for the ESL Majors, and now in the weekly tournament of the ESL, we're gonna have those two teams going up against each other. And we're gonna find out if Planetkey Dynamics still has the skills, if this team that has been a bit reshapen is still able to beat one of the top teams in Europe.
Alright boys, welcome to the semi-finals, and hello girls of course as well, we don't want to neglect those. BKB playing for Planetkey Dynamics in the semi-final here to go for Heroes number 9 tournament, up against 3D Max. To the left side we have that bad boy on Muradin in blue. His TLI Individuum playing Tychus, where Fury on Zebo, Neps on Uther, and Antihero on Arthurs. To the right side of the map in red we are seeing Nika for 3D Max playing Vala, ADRD is playing Sergeant Hammer, Leo from Korea hopped on Brightwing, and Shaiku or Saiku, I still don't know how to pronounce that guy properly, is playing the Soul Tank. He's playing Tyrael, who gets a bit of an assist by Xoltros Tassadar here. If you're playing a solo tank, you always need to make sure that you at least have something in that can help him out, and the Tassadar is perfect for that. You get that extra shield, you get the extra healing ward. It's absolutely amazing in this case. Both of the teams playing very passive, by the way. Down here we have a tri-lane for Planetkey Dynamics. At the top we are currently looking at Antihero soloing it as Arthurs. He's going to go up against 3 heroes with Nika solo with Nika, Leo from Korea, and ADRD moving in there. So the Polish team to the right side of the map here, and down to the bottom it's Fury, BKB, and Nepsel, but they have also a problem now. They need to rotate up to the top because Arthurs alone will not be able to withstand the pressure at the top lane. This is just not going to happen. There's no way for them to do that. With a melee hero going up against a tank, and then those two bad boys here that have also, of course, range attacks, you cannot do that as a sole player. And there's BKB already moving in together with Nepsa, and immediately, of course, this is going to become a hot zone. To the bottom lane, or to the mid lane, we should probably talk about that too. We have now Antihero moving in there into the middle as Arthurs, as they still have another rotation going on. Tychus moved to the top, and looking at those first talents that we're having here, no real big surprises. Maybe one thing that we could point out is that we're having for Tyrael on level 1 the Smite talent being chosen. We've seen quite a few that have gone for variations of that. As the single hero single tank in the combination that we're seeing for 3D Max, we will most likely have amplified healing on level 4. I would at least be surprised if he goes for anything else here. At the same time, they are still trying to pressure the lanes. We are looking at the bot lane, where we are looking at Tyrael and Fury up against each other. So far it looks like Tyrael is winning that. Fury is already quite low in hit points. He's going to have a pretty tough time to keeping all that together, especially when Tyrael decides to go full man mode on him. And apparently that happened just now. Fury very low, needs to heal up here. And we have for Nika once again this like hybrid build that he likes to use when he goes for multi-shot. He chose Puncturing Arrow on talent level 4 so that he can get the additional range with the Hungering Arrow as well. And as you can see, I was wrong. Tyrael not going for the amplified healing, which actually surprises me quite a bit. Instead, he went for even in death, so that non-heroic abilities can be used before exploding to deal no damage. It's an interesting choice there. It's something that I didn't really expect, to be quite honest with you. I really thought that the amplified healing would just give him that additional tankiness that he will need as a single hero there. So, yeah. Nepsa and Individuum alone at the top lane. We have one hero still at the bottom. Fury is in a very bad spot here. Very tricky spot for him. Like Shaiku or whatever is going to give him a very, very bad time here, and he needs to be careful that he's not being taken out. The first tribute is now spawning, and Xoltro, for a second dropping out of the game, but immediately being back. It's always a bit dangerous, I feel, when one of your players disconnects. At least it's always like putting me in a spot where I'm very, very anxious and hope that he will be back in a second. It's only not really a big disconnect, but just like a bit of a lag problem. That's definitely happening here. So right now we are looking at Nepsa, BKB, and Individuum fighting for that tribute. They're trying to get that. And at this point, Leo from Korea in position, Khaldor is here as well, AD, and Nika. They are just like trying to do their best to push that in. There's not really all too much happening at this point. Nepse is pushing them back for now, at least he's trying to. The heals are real on this one. Leo from Korea, AD, and Nika are trying what they can to not only take down the wall, but pressure that fort as well. So far they've done a really good job at the wall, taking down another tower there now too. And at the bottom lane of the map, let's have another look at what Few is doing. He's actually starting to push Psycho back a bit. He's doing now a lot better on his hero. We are having a level 7 reached for both of the teams now. And with that in mind, there is also the Git bin being used for Nazeebo. We have battle momentum on Vala, the jump in. Oh, nice Stormbolt, but Nika with a very good dodge was able to get away there. Of course, the healing ward on level 4 has been taken. We have now also Envenom being used on Arthur's on the 4, the Rune Tap on 7, very normal builds. But you can really see that not only that additional tribute ended up in the hands of 3D Max, the Polish team, but they are also able to just gather a bit more experience in this game now. And are looking at level 9 nearly. There's nearly an entire level that advantage that they have now against their opponent. Fury is down at the bottom lane in a position where Psycho could actually jump in and try to push him back, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. We have him just like going for, jumping behind him and starting to do a lot of damage against Nazeebo. And with that additional camp that he's currently utilizing to push that lane back, I feel that Nazeebo is going to have a tough time to really keep that all together, especially since there's another tribute that actually Planetkey Dynamics is not even fighting for. Planetkey Dynamics is in a very dangerous position here. They are a level behind. There's not a single kill on the map yet, but with all those moves that we had from their opponents, we will see that level 10 hitting very soon for 3D Max, and that in the semi-final to go for Heroes tournament is going to give them a very, very strong position to make a move, maybe drop a fort, or at least kill a hero. There's level 10 already. We have Judgment now, of course, being used. Another problem that occurs in this situation is that another tribute might not be available to Planetkey Dynamics because they will be very, very unlikely to go up against. Oh, sorry, they will be actually very unlikely to actually take a fight against the heroic abilities that we are seeing. But they get it. They have it right now. Not really a lot gained for 3D Max with that move. They didn't even get anything done here against Few down to the bot lane. I was thinking about them maybe going for a rotation to use the Judgment on Tyrael and take them down. One of the bosses is, by the way, taken, and interestingly enough, it is Planetkey Dynamics who go for that boss and start to take him out here. So that is giving them a lot of pushing power on presence on the bot lane, and that will help, of course, Few, who will be relieved of all that pressure that they've been putting up on him. Another thing that's also going to come to mind here is that the tribute that is spawning right now, which would be the Cursed tribute, will be picked off by Planetkey Dynamics, by PKD, since 3D Max has to deal with the boss down here. So that is getting nasty, and yes, that boss is going to drop maybe a tower, maybe 2, but not more than that. Not even that. The tower is the only thing that it gets. Up at the top, the tank is still starting to push against the fort here. But the experience that we're seeing for both of the teams, level 11 versus level 12, that 13 talent is going to be the next big milestone for 3D Max. And they might actually lose their tank. AD is trying to go towards the boss. He needs to thrust away, but he gets taken out. Nice moves by PKD. Very good rotation that they had on the map right now. Taking the tank out allows them to go for the boss, and in the meantime, of course, the main goal of their opponent of 3D Max is going to be to soak up some experience, but they're actually going to try and go and contest that. The tank is down for another 10 seconds. There's the attempt to contest it. Anti-hero is very low. He needs to be careful. Here comes the Archon. They're moving in. The boss is still alive. They drop him. Vala with the Rain of Vengeance. Very well done. But Few in the back with a full ultimate. Psycho goes down on Tyrael. They're dropping 2. They take down Murden, and they also kill Uther. So it's a 2-for-1. Still a very good trade considering that Hammer wasn't even with them. But the boss is still taken by their opponent. Planetkey Dynamics is getting this. And therefore we have level 13 versus level 12 now. Teams are still trying to just take down that boss in the mid lane. Already moving straight for it, as you can see. And I think this boss is at least going to get 2 towers. But there's another tribute now spawning, and the question of course being, can PKD fight for it? I guess they have to, and they will, but they are still low in hero numbers. They have 2 just rushing in now, and that might be a bit too late. Individuum, does he have the cooldown for another grenade? Oh, nearly taken. But already the shots fired by Nika is starting to get the multi-shot in. Here comes the siege tank, starting to get into position. The double tank at the front line is doing whatever they can. Down from the bot lane, we have Psycho moving in on Tyrael. And again, the napalm. For now, at least, Tyrael didn't do too much with this. But there he is at the front line, trying to soak up the damage. And in the back, we have Leo taking the tribute. But Individuum should have another grenade ready. It is actually Nazeebo who interrupts this time with his spiders, throws the pot in, and crushes that. Shaiku is being attacked here. Here comes the Rain of Vengeance, and that didn't hit anything. Sneaker was a bit too fast on the trigger here. The healing wall is great though for them, and it's in a position where it's difficult to reach for Planetkey Dynamics. The additional level gives them a bit of a stat advantage. That's not coming into play too much. From the top, Anti-Hero is trying to move in right now. Oh, they're all being attacked here. Nice position. And Blightwing pushing them back already. The interrupt against the Witch Doctor. BKB is very low. Uther dying first here. And we still have, yes, there comes the Tyrael explode. It's a 1-for-1 at least for now. Individuum is low. Leo is dying. Vala, 2, 3 heroes down, and PKD, they take the fight. It's 5 kills against 3 now, and that tribute is gonna be grabbed by Planetkey Dynamics as well. 2 for 2 tributes now. We're having at the bottom lane, in this case now, the Siege Giants doing their thing, and yeah, pushing not only the wave back, but also starting to pressure the fort here. Already Tyker's on the move. He's starting to move down to the bottom, and is starting to take that down. Individuum is, of course, trying to push it back, but still, they lost half of the HP on the fort. At the top lane, what's going on over there? Actually, like, looking at the top lane, Xoltro is not really able to do too much just yet in this case. I mean, he's just pushing that back, but he can't really... I mean, he can just soak up some experience, but it's not going to bring them over the top. It's still level 15 versus level 15, so Xoltro is just, like, trying to push in, but they won't be able to do too much damage to the fort here. What they really need is, of course, a rotation to maybe take down one of those structures, and that's what they are taking the camps now, to just, like, push the opponent in, force a reaction, and then open up maybe one lane where they can go straight for a keep, or for a fort, actually. The more important thing, though, is the tribute, because this is Cursed Tribute that we're talking about now. And yes, we're having them moving in down to the bot here. As already Xoltro, Anti-Hero is being pushed back, BKB. Well, what can they do here? Fury and the rest of the team are already looking at this position. They're trying to set up their next attack and maybe that flank. But another point that is working in favor of 3DMX is Vala in the mid lane, taking down maybe that tower. That would give them level 16. If Nika would just attack this tower, that would be 16 right there for them. And that's very close. Do they get the 16? There it is. They get the 16 talent, and now they could actually fight. They could actually fight. They're starting to put more pressure onto this. Fury is already over here. Of course, Tyrael has to keep tabs on him. He needs to make sure that he can jump in with a judgment to interrupt the Nazeebo ult if he needs to. They're already down here. The 16 talent not ready yet. Oh, so much damage. BKB moves in. Shaiku is still... Oh, and this lockdown is a bit better. The second Rain of Vengeance hitting hard. Anti-Hero going down. But they have the Odin now in a perfect position to dish out a ton of damage. But Nepse is dropping experience as well. Shaiku is trying to move in here. Can he kill Uther? He can't, but he can drop Individuum out of Odin. And there is the immediate attack. And the counter-aggression that drops Tyrael. The tribute has been taken. The curse against PKD. 16 versus 16 for both of the teams. The top lane, that took actually one of the forts down, and this one is taking another tower. The bottom lane is the one where they are moving in to take down the fort by themselves, and that's exactly what they are doing at this point. Making sure that this one is dropping and dropping fast. It gives them a bit of an experience lead against Planetkey Dynamics. The 16 talents, of course, extremely crucial here, but Individuum is trying to jump in and take down ADRD. Thankfully for them, that wall is still in position, and therefore he can just move behind it and is safe, at least for now. Especially with Nika at the top lane, they didn't really want to fight this battle. They are already one hero down, and they do not want to end up in a spot where they're fighting 5 versus 3, for sure. And that's actually something that might occur just now, because that boss is being attacked. ADRD immediately, with those mines, they're starting to put some damage in, but they cannot contest. There are not enough heroes there. The boss is being picked up by Planetkey Dynamics. Those moves on the maps are exactly those that they need. Taking those bosses when they can, moving in and taking those big objectives on the map. Now that they are cursed, it's more important than ever. And it's a 5-man rotation now down to the bottom lane as we are seeing the Golem being attacked once more. Golem being dropped here, at least for now. And, well, that opens, of course, a bit of space for Planetkey Dynamics to maybe take a second Golem too. I don't think that they have the time for it. I think they are most likely to set up more of a trap there and waiting if somebody runs into it. And that is actually happening. They're trying to go for Tassadar, and they get him. They annihilate Tassadar. And now it's once again a 5 versus 4. I really like those moves that we're having by Planetkey Dynamics right now. They're doing a great job with those. And now that they are also able to take the second boss, well, at least they should be, but Anti-Hero is very low already on the Tassadar. But look at that ult from Few in the back. They dropped the Tassadar too, and they might be able to get ADRD. No. In the last second, healed and saved. And yes, this boss is going to fall. They won't be able to get that boss contested. 3D Max, that is. So it's 8 kills against 4 at this point in the game, and level 17, nearly 18 now for Planetkey Dynamics. PKD with good moves in this game. They're doing an amazing job right now, keeping it real, and we're having them moving now straight towards the middle. They can take another camp here, they can go for the Siege Giants, they can go straight into the middle, push that. The bot lane is not really an issue, and of course another big problem that is going to happen very soon for 3D Max is that the next tribute would mean that 3D Max is gonna get cursed, and they didn't really do too much with the curse that they had earlier put on PKD, so they have to deal with the boss first. They have to wait for Tyrell to come back. Both of those goals already accomplished, but there is the rotation in the bottom lane by PKD that takes a Siege Giant camp, and with that Siege Giant camp now taken, there's going to be some pressure on the bot lane that you have to deal with, and any second now that tribute is going to spawn, and then a good fight, or a proper setup at least for PKD, might end up in a very snowbally situation against 3D Max, because not only will it be cursed, but it will also be a position where the level 20 is so much easier to reach for Planetkey Dynamics, and that would of course be a very, very bad spot for 3D Max to be in. And there's the tribute, but it is at the top lane, and 3D Max can set that up. They can already move in and work against that. They have their own hard camp pushing the mid lane against the hard camp that we're seeing for their opponent. And there's the setup already. They're trying to go for a kill. Are they gonna get it though? Well, there we are. Both of the teams are getting ready, but up here, by the way, the Siege Giant's taken out. Nika not with the team just yet. Is that maybe a situation that can be exploited? The Blood for Bloods that we are seeing for 3D Max might be enough to drop one of the heroes. BKB is already trying to get that tribute. He won't be able to. A lot of mines, by the way. Spider mines everywhere right now. Very well done by ADRD. Going into a minefield like this is not going to be easy. Anti-hero is already being pushed away there. And of course, it grants you the vision that you need as well. Jaiku is in a decent spot for that. They're just trying to get the area of effect spells off. Both of the teams angling for an advantage, trying to set one of their heroes into a better position and just push the opponent back. Those minefields are going to be extremely important. And you can just see how 3D Max is rotating towards the left by shielding the entrance there. Look at that. Anti-hero can't get in. He's completely displaced here. He cannot get in and eats a lot of damage in the process. BKB is also there. Most of the mines are gone by now, but the 2 tanks are low, and Avatar has of course been used. It's running out now, and so far no other heroic abilities. Here comes the Odin, but Avatar is very low. He hits his Stone Trade, goes for the Stone Form here, needs that now. Anti-hero again, Storm, that's the interrupt, and he has his ultimate also activated. 2 of the ultimates are down. They're losing their ultimates. They're also going to lose Odin very soon. And is BKB able to get it? No, he's not able to get it. And now they have to give it up. They cannot fight this. They cannot fight this. The ultimates are still up for 3D Max. They have everything. They have Archon, they have Emerald Wind, they also have Judgment, they have Red of Vengeance, for God's sake. At this point, there's no contesting this anymore. Level 19 for 18. There comes the tribute. A good fight by 3D Max. Very patient. Very patient in this battle. Just waiting it out. Waiting the heroic abilities out. That was the best that they could do in this situation. And they might be behind in experience, but they just won a very, very important battle. The curse against them would have been a disaster. It would have been an absolute disaster. Now at the same time, this top lane is going to be contested. If that fort goes down, they will close that gap in experience. At least a little bit, not completely, but they will get closer. And they apparently both of the teams are now trying to move in once again. And I think that PKD has to TP back. they have to TP back. They need to. I mean, this one is going to be dropped in a second, that's true, but that also means that the wall is going to be gone. If you're going up against the Sergeant Hammer, you know that you're going to lose that fast, especially with Napalm taken. Yep, and there they go. One tower is still there. It would have been an important experience for them. Cannon tower taken out by the Siege Giants, and so those Siege Giants are still there. Both teams are going straight for that tribute that's spawning down here. And the Siege Giants, I mean, who's going to take care of those? They are going to do work. They're going to do a huge amount of work given time. Ho, ho, ho. That was a good one. Detonation sound in the middle of the game. I was really prepared for that. Yay, and there we go for another fight, but as you can see, Individuum had to deal with this spot. As I said, they are doing too much damage, and that's of course the time where we have 3D Max engaging, because they're saying like 4 versus 5, yeah, we fight that. You can bet your ass we don't want to do that. BKB already using his stone form, using all of his abilities here to stay alive. Level 20, they might have that, but they cannot fight it yet, and there's the second tribute already gathered up. And now there's a lot of time for 3D Max to get their experience for level 20. The mines that they have everywhere put them into a decent spot, but Nepse is trying to get 80 RD, but yeah, there's one tower, there's like the heroes in position, there's another creep wave, you don't really want to fight that. But I'm really interested why they're chasing, because they want to contest boss. Can they gather the experience maybe at the bottom lane? If they can catch this wave, they will get even closer. But here comes the fight. BKB is moving in. Rain of Vengeance being used. Hits twice. Oh, the ultimate up there by Nazeebo. Doing a lot of work. The lockdown against Saiku. Against the Tyrael. What a stun by Uther. And down go 2 heroes. Yep, that's Bitewing and that's Tyrael. And Nika is not going to escape. Nope, he can't. Like, he is in a bad corner, and Few is moving in now as well. There's no way for Nika to escape without the 20 talent, without the Bolt of the Storm. They go down. They should have maybe just eaten the boss, because right now they are in trouble. They're really in trouble. They've done an amazing job showing the discipline and fighting their way back into the game, but now they're not only level 20 versus level 20, but at the same time the tribute is up. They cannot contest it. That's going to put the curse on them, and we will probably also see the second boss taken here. So there's a very dire situation now. Still 20 seconds on Bitewing, 30 seconds on Vala, 37 actually, and I was saying it. And yeah, there's the tribute. Second boss is going to be incoming as well. This is a horrible spot for them to be in. The level 20 talent is now on the board for 3D Max as well, and that's the only saving grace that they have at this point. It will at least give them the advanced Lava Strike, the Bolt of the Storm on Vala, most likely, unless he really goes for Vengeance here, for the extra damage. Which he actually might, considering how well he was able to stay in the back so far, and how much damage they really need to turn this around. But this is very, very difficult now to handle. The second boss taken, one boss pushing the bot lane, where even the towers don't help you out because of the curse. And yeah, Vala taking Bolt of the Storm. We're gonna see that short distance blink on her. And boss number 1 goes down. PKD doing very well here. Level 21 versus level 20. We have the entire team moving up to the top right now, at least for the mid lane for now. They need to de-push that too. There's way too much to de-push. Fort taken out, tower eliminated, and now they are just like pushing in hard, as at the top lane we're having the boss doing work, and doing a lot of work at that. So you are in a very bad spot when you're on the 3D Max roster at this point, because you don't even know what you need to defend first. They're deciding to defend the mid lane. Nice Storm so far, the tank in the background doing his thing, trying to push that back once again, and there comes the aggression against the keep, and they're gonna get that. They're gonna get it eventually. You cannot defend it here anymore. That keep is dead, and the keep up here is down to 2 keeps lost, and only because they wanted to capture that boss, or at least contest it, and they couldn't do it. They didn't have the numbers, they didn't have the 20 yet, and that snowballed way too fast. Now suddenly their core is under attack, 2 lanes are down, that is going to push these lanes in hard. The advantage that they have over their opponent, now that they're 1.5 levels behind, is that they're still looking at 2 tributes out of 3. So if they catch 1 more tribute, win 1 more fight, they might be able to take at least keep, maybe do even more. One team fight where you really take it, where you do a lot of damage to your opponent, drop at least, I would say, 2 or 3 heroes, then you get the tribute and you move in and try and take down 1 or 2 keeps. That might bring them back. It's a chance. It's a chance that they are having here. It's a small one, but one team fight that you win can, of course, change the course of this game. It's all about the Nazeebo ult once more. Are they going to get that? Also, the Zebo ult, not only the only thing that they have to worry about, there's also the Odin to consider. And there's the Zebo ult already! He's moving in, the stun, blinking out! Oh, and the interrupt against by Tyrael. BKB is very, very low. He's extremely low. Psycho is moving back, he needs to be healed, but all of those heroic abilities are already down. Very well done by Tyrael to displace him there. They kill one of the tanks, and there's ADRD, and he is unhorsing everybody. If they can catch more than that, if they can catch 1 or 2 more heroes, that would be amazing, but they don't. They move back for now. They have 50 seconds. They can get the tribute. They will get that for sure. Is that maybe the chance that they have to come back? That advantage that they have in numbers now? They're going up here to take down the Siege Giant camp already. They go for the Siege Giants, take them apart so that they can't push core. They defend, they de-push, and then they move towards the tribute. Moving towards the tribute, trying to take that now, and that could be what they needed. Oh, is PKD really going to try and fight this? Are they really gonna try? It looks like they are. It looks... Judgment is up again. Judgment is again up. If PKD fights this, it could end in a disaster for them. That is still pushing. That's dangerous. And here comes the initiation. This might be Nazebo dying. Nazebo is being attacked. He's being chased hard. Oh, Psycho can't do it. Can Nika jump in for another frost shot? Yes, he gets the frost shot in. And they're running. Oh god, what a bad ultimate by Nika. This was him missing it completely. Too over-eager, and he loses the Rain of Vengeance. There was just no way, really, for him to hit that properly. So in this case, that was a bit of a waste, and now it's a 5 versus 5 again, and that ultimate not being available in the team fight is gonna be an issue. So, they're trying to push in with a curse. They're trying to move in with a curse and maybe push that back again, and there it is. Going straight for that, killing 1 tower at a time. They have, of course, now the deep push at the top lane, thanks to the curse itself. Can they drop a keep, though? That's the question. ADRD on the siege tank is going to be their biggest asset in this fight, but there's still the opportunity for Few to drop another Annihilating Spirit, and that's something that we should see very, very soon here. That fight is going to rage on for quite some time. It's another 25 seconds on the curse, another 25 already, and, well... I think they're starting to move back already. I don't think they will be able to do too much here. So still all 3 keeps available to their opponents. 16 seconds, 15 on the Rain of Vengeance. If you have 1 ult down, you never really want to use that. But BKB is jumping in. He goes for the stun, gets displaced. Here comes the heroic ability. Nice escape though. Very nice escape. That Annihilating Spirit didn't really do too much. Of course it dropped them low, like no question. But it was not able to kill a single hero, and this time they might be able to take this fight. This time they might be able to get the boss fight. And if they get it just once, that could be all that they need. ADRD getting in position. Healing Ward is already being set up. They're still keeping the aggro here, but now there it is, leashed, and it has full HP once again. Both teams dancing around it. Both teams trying to wait for that chance to jump in and claim that. Here comes BKB already. Heroic abilities that are down, Ravenous Spirit and Avatar. That's 2 that they will sorely miss in the next fight. Especially since most of the abilities are up for 3D Max. Only the Emerald Wind is missing, which is of course an important one if you want to take that, but it's only 7 seconds until it's going to be back, so you should be able to drop that boss and use Emerald Wind to capture it, and then maybe even drop a hero, and I guess that's the idea here. Leo is already getting in position so that he can move in and use the Emerald Wind here. And yes, they're gonna go for that straight away. BKB on horse. Here comes another attack. Look, this is... Here comes the Odin. They're gonna go in. Psycho is in position. They take the boss. Here comes the nuke. Emerald. Oh my god, Brightwing is down. And Psycho is about to die. The boss is starting to move in. Can they get the kill? The healing ward's still doing work, but not enough. Without a healer, they can't keep him alive. 2 heroes down. They lost 2 of the heroes, and the boss, it might be able to kill the well, actually, like, they're moving back right now. They're not trying to go in and maybe take more down. The only thing that they're trying to capture is one of those heroes, and Individuum already being pushed back there for a second. Here comes the nuke, and as you can see over here, it is the boss that it will take down at least one of the keeps. So I think in the end, it was really worth it for them. That's the first tribute in there. Killing the keep thanks to that move was definitely a good thing to happen for them. It's going to take down the tower and then move towards the core and then most likely die at the core. That's the only thing that's going to happen here. I don't think it's going to put any real pressure on it. Well, actually thinking about it, it might be able to kill a few of the hit points there if it's fast enough. The shield is nearly gone. It's going to be close. Maybe it does a bit of damage to it. Yeah, it definitely will do some damage. Top boss is now being attacked. 10 more seconds on Tyrael. Yeah, actually the boss is doing quite a bit of damage. 20% down already. Wow, 30. That was a very, very helpful boss. That was more than I thought it would be. What about this one up here? Oh, the spider mines moving in. BKB is nearly dying to the spider mines. Nepsa is low. Nepsa is very low, but Few uses heroic ability. They get the boss, but what are they going to lose for it? Are they going to lose anything? Psycho is jumping in. He's trying to go for the heroic. And he gets it. He gets it. He gets it. He gets his judgment up. And Few is about to die, but Nepsa is going for the stun. Oh, the nuke doing work, but yeah, Nazebo is not gonna make it. Nazebo is down. Question is Psycho moving back? And just don't forget that this boss is already walking towards the core. And they need to somehow drop that and drop that fast. Because we all know what the last boss on his last leg was able to do against the core of their opponent. It looks like they're actually trying to move in and finish it. With the help of the boss, they might be able to do that. There's the attack already. They're trying to drop a hero or drop the boss. Catapults are moving in from the mid lane and the top lane as well. There's a lot of pressure against them. The boss is very low and Planetkey Dynamics is running away. They are running away. They are pulling, they are going for the French defense here. They don't really think that they can take this now. And so far it's 68% against 72. 68 versus 72. Wow, these teams are, like, these two are playing a very close game here. 6 kills against 13 overall. Take another look at the talents that have been taken here to give you a bit of an idea what's going on with the double blood for blood, the double rewind that we see. We have Stone Skin, of course, taken. The Stone Form itself on Muradin, which is great for the additional heals. Very intense match by the teams here. Very intense. And I mean, for now, we have also over here that one missing keep that is always like pressuring the bot lane. But it's more about the, I think it's even more than it is about the cursors now, it's about the bosses on the map. The bosses are going to be the real objective. That's another 1 minute and 50 seconds, but that's already something that where you have to prepare yourself that you will have to fight for that. I mean, you need to fight for that eventually. And the boss is going to be more important than anything else, because those mercenaries that can push in are going to be the real deal. They are going to be what you need to capture. Apparently a bit of a backdoor move there. Oh, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Brightwing is still up there. I don't think they can do that. I think this is extremely suicidal, I think. Can they really pull that off? I don't think so, but maybe I'm wrong. They're going in, there comes the ult, and 3D Max, I have absolutely no idea what they were thinking. But that was like a horrible move. I don't think if they were expecting the opponent's team, PKD, to be somewhere at the top. I'm not really sure what they wanted to do with this, but they just lost the game. 3D Max just threw the game away. They were trying to backdoor, and even when they saw that Planetkey Dynamics was in position, they did not abandon the idea. They did not abandon, they moved in, they tried to go for it, and they just threw the game away. This is going to be a victory for Planetkey Dynamics. We're going to see them in the final of the Go for Heroes tournament number 9. Congratulations to PKD for a job well done here in this best of 1.